Yes guys, welcome back to Chelsea Fan TV. Ben here. Today we're going to be addressing quite a serious situation with the coach travel decision made by Chelsea. Now, whilst what I'm going to say is my own thoughts, obviously having spoken to the owner Alex, he does share similar thoughts to me, and we'll actually be addressing his personal thoughts on this as well in this video. But just from my perspective guys, so just to let you know, Chelsea recently removed the £10 travel cap for away days. The first game in which this is taking effect will be Chelsea's trip to Bournemouth on September 17th. Now, this normally would have been £10, but it has been up to £29 per person. Now, as a fan, football means obviously a lot to me, whether it's me just having a kick about with friends, obviously going to Chelsea as a season ticket holder and supporting my club. Football is a huge part of my life, and obviously I understand that not just even Chelsea fans in general, but football fans, be it supporters of Premier League clubs all the way down to National League and below, even grassroots football. There are people that have such a love for their club that it becomes part of their life, and there are people that genuinely go to as many games as humanly possible, and just to spend as much money as you have as a club, and then the first consideration for financial stability is taking money back off the fans. And these are fans that are paying money to watch you every week, whether they don't even realise or not, whether you're just watching the game on TV, you're still making, the club is still making money off the TV rights to that game. And then obviously you've got merchandise sales, like obviously the new tracksuit, the new shirts, retro shirts, anything purchased with obviously Chelsea on it, that makes the club money as well. And then you've got match going fans, people that obviously renew their season tickets, buy the memberships to get tickets, obviously the tickets themselves. There are plenty of ways in which fans are injecting money into the club already. And then to make the decision to take away a cost-effective travel scenario for fans is horrible. It's a slap in the face, and it's really inconsiderate to them. And whilst I've shared my thoughts on this channel for quite a while now, none of them have been as serious as this. And as a fan channel especially, we understand that fans mean a lot to Chelsea. Chelsea would not be as big as they are if it wasn't for the amazing support that they have, widely followed around the globe. And as a fan channel, we just want to put the fans first. Obviously we love Chelsea. This isn't going to affect our views on the club. It's just more of a message to the board, just to act as a voice for those who can't speak up as much. But with that, guys, obviously that's my thoughts on that. But I just want to take some time now just to talk about a really good scenario in this, and that is the Chelsea Supporters Trust. Now, Chelsea Supporters Trust have been fighting this since the announcement. Obviously, they have publicly said how appalling of a decision this is, and openly criticised Chelsea for this, and rightfully so. Obviously, just taking my time to, back up what the Chelsea Supporters Trust are saying. It's an appalling decision, and it will force those who rely on the services to pay significantly more to travel to away fixtures. And these are people who unfortunately are suffering more in the cost of living crisis, be it through disability, be it through vulnerability, or, as I said, just simply not being in a strong financial position as others. Now, it's a huge slap in the face to these guys who continue to travel to away days because they love the club so much, and it's become so part of their life. It's pretty much routine that they do, obviously, the Monday to Friday, and then on the weekend, go to the football. And like I said, as a fan channel, we understand how much fans love the club. We love the club ourselves, and we just want to stress just how much of an appalling decision this is by Chelsea to those fans. But going back to the Chelsea Supporters Trust, obviously, what they are doing, guys, is the Chelsea Supporters Trust have agreed to subsidise and basically make up the travel. So, for example, Bournemouth, as I mentioned, September 17th, would be costing £29 per person. The Chelsea Supporters Trust themselves are actually fronting the difference between the £10 and what Chelsea Football Club are charging for the away travel. So because of that, I personally want to, make it public of my support for this, thank them personally. Whilst I don't use the coach myself, this is seriously going to help those fans who are in serious, sort of financial stability and rely on this to go support their club. So just on my side, guys, because of that, I want to effectively just say, guys, just take some time to look at what the Chelsea Supporters Trust are doing. They're doing, a lot of good things charity-wise, and they're also all taking, fans' views to the club. And, as a fan myself, as I've kept mentioning, big up the Chelsea Supporters Trust, guys, for doing what they've done. They really do deserve a lot of praise in this, and the decision to take it as forward as they have, brilliant, genuinely brilliant. But that's literally what my thoughts are. Again, just to stress, guys, these are my own personal thoughts, and obviously whilst others are going to be similar thoughts to this, obviously Alex is about to obviously address his side of it. But yeah, I just want to take some time to say thank you to everyone who has, backed us as long as they have, be it sort of new subscribers, old subscribers, regular watchers, regular people who, talk to us at the ground. Football genuinely, as I said earlier, is a huge part of people's lives. I've had lots of conversations with people at the ground, be it my own friends, be it people that generally just come up to me, either agree with some of my points or disagree with some of my points. It's always good to have a chat with you guys, and especially on away days, when we're all talking, we're all singing and cheering on Chelsea. I just want to sort of again say just how much of an inconsiderate option it is that the first option of saving money is, taking something away from fans. I think there are plenty of other ways you can make the money, but yeah. Anyway, guys, that's my thoughts. I don't want to get too political on it. I just want to obviously just share my thoughts on this, and obviously just effectively talk about how much the fans mean to Chelsea, and just how much of an appalling decision this was by Todd Boehly and co. Obviously, in no way am I against them. Obviously, just on this decision, I am against them. But I think they've done a lot for the club already. They've invested a lot of money. But I think personally that there are smarter ways that you can look at saving money, especially as understandably there are people who aren't as strong financially as others for the reasons that I mentioned earlier. Anyway, guys, obviously just gonna leave it there, but take care, and obviously I'll see you guys around the ground.
Hello everyone from Chelsea Fan TV. Yeah, I mean you've heard it from Ben. The owners, I just don't understand this decision. I don't get it. You've broken 2 record transfers since taking over the club. You spent all this money on players. You're continuing to spend all this money on players. Just had a £35 million bid rejected for Cole Palmer from Man City, and you want to cut back costs on the coach for the away fans. The budget for that is what? £250,000. Some of our players' wages weekly are more than that, and that's your yearly budget. So, no, we don't. I don't want to get personal. That's not what this is, because I actually do think that the ownership have made some decent decisions, and I think that we could have had a much worse ownership. But this is a very strange decision, and it just baffles me, because if this is Todd Boehly's decision or whoever's decision, why did you think this made any sense? Because if we're being brutally honest, logically it doesn't make sense, because you really don't save that much money. If we are that desperate for funds, then accept the bid from West Ham for Conor Gallagher. Sell Chalobah. You know, these are pure profit players. If you need money, if it's that desperate, you know, I'm not saying I want it to happen, but I think I could justify it based on the amount of money we spent with Caicedo and Lavia, all these players. You've got to make some sacrifices, like we did with Lewis Hall. But, you know, you're trying to build a relationship with the fans. And the reason you didn't raise season ticket prices in Matthew Harding lower this season is because last season was so bad and you wanted to keep the fans on side. So why do this? And if you are going to do it, why do it now? The season started. I hope there's some sort of clarification for this. I hope the club or a member of the board comes out, speaks and says, look, this is what we're doing and this is why we're doing it, rather than just hearing it from another party. Because I don't get the club coach, guys. I typically, I'll just get a train up, or you know, sometimes I get a lift, someone will drive me. But I know plenty of people that get the coach, and the fact that we've been able to get it for cheap is exceptional. But guess what? Chelsea's an exceptional club, and I'd like to keep it that way, you know, and I'm sure a lot of fans would as well. You know, irrespective of a cost of living crisis, we already know how challenging that is for a lot of people. I think it's just nice to know that we have a club that care for the fans, and even though we do have American owners, they're not going to just take away every single penny that they can from the match going support. You know, these people are already paying for tickets, and the ticket prices are most certainly going to be going up anyway. Home games and potentially away in the future as well. You know, merchandise, you want to buy a Chelsea shirt, you pay over 100 quid a lot of the time. What is the point? So, you know, that's the question I ask. I say, what did Chelsea really have to gain from this? Because that's a very good way of tarnishing, or starting to tarnish, your relationship with the fan base, which I think has been relatively good this summer. You know, last season it was tense, but we made some great business. So why undo some of the hard work that you've done to make the fans happy for something that really doesn't even benefit the club that much? So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, subscribe, and you know, obviously I think we're all disappointed about this, but hopefully Chelsea changed their mind.